Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I have a frog in my throat. So, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills, and he helps me paint the backgrounds. We work on his fine motor skills, and then I paint the rest. Okay, so I've already started higher than I wanted to. Let me think. It's been one of those days. See, I'm gonna make a mess with everything. It's truly been one of those days. So we just turned it around. I'm making a deer. And I'm gonna put a Santa hat on it. So, over the last week or so, I've had a lot of people ask me about painting and how I paint and what I choose to paint and how it kind of all comes together. And so here I am. Probably tonight is the word. I'm extra tired tonight. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm finishing. I just finished the last of my maintenance infusions. I had breast cancer, and I'm thankful to say that I'm cancer free. But I'm still, I just finished my last treatment, so I'm still going through treatments. So far this looks like a kidney or something. I'm not sure, but we'll get there. So tonight is probably not the best night for me to explain a lot of what or how I decide things. But I'm going to do my best to kind of still explain how I do things. Honestly, sometimes I wonder how I do things. So it's really, I still feel like I'm in this big learning curve with so much. So I'm not trying to be, elusive or not explain, but over the next few weeks, months, years, I'll continue to share some of my the ways that I paint, and a lot of people have asked me more with my flowers and different things, but with this background, I had yes. Today has been one of those days. I'm just going to say yes, because it was just, there was a lot going on today. A lot. It was a good day. It started off a little rocky with Owen this morning, but he ended up doing really well for the rest of the day. And so I'm glad about that. He went to his grandma's, and we were able to do numerous things at home before he left, and he got he's come so far, because I was thinking about this earlier. I was reflecting on the fact that I literally used to buy 5 pairs of shoes at a time to see which pair I could get him to even keep on his foot more than half a second. It was one of those things that it was so hard for him to keep shoes on. And part of the problem was if the shoe had laces, if they weren't even, it's so emotional thinking about it, because if his shoes literally were not even, like the ties then that caused huge problem for him. And then if the Velcro, if one was different than the other or wore out sooner or didn't, I can't even tell exactly how all the different things mattered, but they did. And I get it, because we all want our shoes to be how we want our shoes. But to figure out that, it was hard. It was beyond emotional, trying to figure out how to help him through it all, how to get him to where he could deal with shoes. It was so traumatic, so emotional, so distraught. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times. And shoes were emotional for me to begin with, because I was born with a condition called hemihypertrophy. The right side of me is larger than the left side of me. So, and watch me make everything fall. But my right hand, if it's easier to tell on my legs, but you can see there's a difference in my hands, the length of my fingers and everything. And it's more pronounced in my legs. And if you look, and the heavier I am, the more that you can see the difference. And so shoes were always something that, I had to get either just an extra size or bigger size or different, or, we all got something. That's what I always say. We all got something. So, my emotions were in my own little story of life at that point as well. And so that weighed heavy on me, because I didn't want things to be harder on my son. And, the more I learned about autism and the more I learned about me, through autism, and wondering so many times if I don't have autism, because of the way that I, feel about things, or the way that I handle life, or the way that ... And so this is just something that, you have to kind of think about, and you have to kind of work through in your own moments, and whether it be all happy memories about shoes or all, grief, you have to figure out how to get past those moments for the next phase of your life, And so that's one of the things that I had to work on with Owen, is knowing that, he has opinions about his shoes, and I had opinions about my shoes. And that's how life is, So he got a new pair of shoes today that he requested, and he had wanted to wear his, we live in West Virginia, so it was colder today, but he had wanted to wear his sandals. And, he's going from the house to the car, to grandma's house to the car. Sandals it is, if he wants to wear them. It's in the 50s. It might get close to the 60s. He's not going to freeze. It's not, it's not worth him being upset or meltdown, or, any of the things. It's not. And I'm trying to get him to kind of learn himself, teach himself, learn that he's got to kind of understand what the weather's like, and that he has to make some of those choices. And, that's part of growing up. And he's 13, so I'm raising an adult, because he needs to learn how to deal with these things as he gets older. So it's part of that. It's all part of that. Well, his new shoes came, and he was so excited about these new shoes that he had picked out. And so I got him from the porch, and he immediately took off his sandals and he put these sneakers on. And they were tie shoes, but you put them on from like the heel. Like you just had to, slide into them. You could make them tighter, but you just had to slide into them. And he loved them. He loved them. And he went to grandma's. He had a great time. My mom said he did fabulous today at her house. And he did not want to take them off when he got home. Now, I think the part of like adjusting from shorts to pants is partly because he's very rarely sees his best friend, as he calls him. And he saw his best friend at his therapy clinics trunk or treat. I'll figure out what I'm trying to say. I am bad at eyes. When people ask me how I do things, I'm literally like, the eyes are so hard for me. I have a hard time holding my hand without shaking. It's one reason I don't like to do a lot of things with faces, or faces that I have to somewhat get accurate, because I tend to make eyeballs and things out of whack. Anyway, so he did not want to take off his new shoes when he came home from grandma's house. He wanted to leave them on. And I let him, all night. I didn't care if he had his shoes on. And then I finally told him when he was getting ready for bed, I'm like, buddy, you have to take your shoes off. And he wanted to make sure that he would get to wear them tomorrow, and that he would get to wear, as he calls them, little blue pants. Little blue jeans. I keep wanting to call them pants. He calls them jeans. I know they're jeans, but when I'm explaining what I'm trying to say. Anyways, he wanted to make sure that he was going to be allowed to wear little blue jeans and his shorts. I can't think. I'm telling you, people. He wanted to make sure he would wear his sneakers and his little blue jeans again tomorrow. And I told him, yes, he could. So he then was okay with taking them off. So we have like a non-round head, but we're going to put a hat on in a minute. And I feel like his neck is very long. See, that's what I'm telling you. He needs like a little more stout. We'll get him there. Maybe. Maybe. So he then was happy and went to bed. But I think about these times, and he for years, he did not even want to think about Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas lights or Christmas tree or anything in that realm at all. And here we are, and he is so excited about Christmas and seeing Santa and just all the things. And it just is such a joy to watch how far he's come from where he was, where this all started. I mean, it's amazing. It's a miracle. It's fabulous. I mean, just all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it, you know? And so I look at these moments and I feel so incredibly blessed. I'm telling you, eyes and me. But to have him be able to ask for a pair of shoes and then not want to take them off, it feels like such a validation, such a amazing moment in time, you know? So I am thrilled, I am happy, I'm ecstatic. And, you know, it's just, he's growing, he's learning, he's loving, tonight's prayer, he said, Dear God, thank you for church. And, you know, that just makes my day. So, I don't know that I'm making it better, but we're making it different. So I gotta make it where his neck doesn't feel as long or out of it. He's very disproportionate. So tonight's probably not the great example of how my brain works with my paintings, but it's, people ask me how, like, with the flowers and different things, and like tonight I've used a couple different paint brushes, and some of it's to kind of get where you mix everything in there, and some of it's to like, a lot of times I don't change my paintbrush because I like the way the colors are on there, but then there's sometimes I need very specific color in a very specific way, and so that's when I'll do something a little more, you know, specific, I will say. And I kind of didn't make the, like, back part of the leg here. I think gotta do a little bit. It might be limping a little. I can't take my animals or these things too seriously, because, you know, you just gotta roll with the punches. Roll with it. I think that might help if his belly's not quite as, like, distracted from the rest of it. So basically, usually I this is just a plate, but I usually I save a lot of my paints to make different things. Just happened to have one right there, so that's paint inside there, and so it's a little glass bobble over it, and so I usually put it on a parchment paper. That does not sound correct. I can't think of the other name. Anyways, a paper. It's it might be. I don't have the parchment paper. I was right. Yay. I didn't have it right in front of me, but it's right beside me, so we're good. So I put the paints on parchment paper, then they dry. You can see, actually, probably it might not be where you can see it. And then that way I can make the different things from it. But I would just basically put the paints on and then kind of mix as I go, depending on the thing, whatever the thing is. I plan on doing a flower, I think, tomorrow. I've got to make a couple paintings for an organization event. So I can't talk and paint sometimes. I can't think and paint sometimes, so I'll be doing more flowers probably tomorrow and or Monday. So today is Saturday. I'm going to bed soon, folks. Don't worry. That way I can explain a little bit more how I actually do the coloring with my paintbrush and different things like that. So I promise I will get to more of the questions, and feel free to send me questions. I by no means have all the answers. I constantly will tell you I'm still learning. I've been painting for several years now, and I'll be the first to admit that I am still learning. I love it, but I am definitely still learning. So if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer in the best of what I can explain to you. So, I feel like it needs a little, and I'm probably going to make him too dark there. Trying to make it like his neck. I made his neck thicker than I really wanted to. But as if you watch the beginning, I had to turn the whole painting upside down. So there you go. There you go. So we just, sometimes you just go with the flow. You just go with the flow. We're going to try to make this look a little more like fur. Okay. So, anyways, we're about there. All right. Probably needs like a bigger leg back here, but again, we're not gonna. I feel like I'm gonna. If I keep playing with it, then I'm gonna make him even more interesting. I'm gonna make his nose stand out a little bit more. That's probably too wide, but I get quiet when I think. Like I've said this before, I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition, and so I shake, and I think it's mostly because of my thyroid stuff, but because of that, and because I just can't. I always say I can't draw a straight line. So when I'm attempting to do something, it's always interesting. Okay, now see. See, folks, this is not what I wanted. And now it looks like it's, it looks like it's, this is what happens when I start going into mode. It always feels like it ends up being, I don't know, fix-it mode. Fix-it mode. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. Well, there we go. Now he's, I don't know, but we're going with this. Okay. Now he's completely different color than he was. And I don't know if that helped. Because now he's all different. It's just like when I do my flowers, I always tell myself, stop. And then I keep going. So it's the same thing. I'm going to do it again. It's the same thing. Okay. We're just going to stop. I need more like doe eyes. Okay. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I know what I was gonna do. It's gonna make him more of a buck. So I was gonna put some now he looks like a tree instead of a buck. I don't know how many points he's got, but more so than one of these days I'll get that figured out. Anyways, so we sign this O for Owen since he helps me with the backgrounds, and then L, and oh, I just realized B. I had green on my thing here, and I was gonna put like a little kind of like a holly or a, what is that, mistletoe thing. It's kind of there. So should have had it covering his eye. Oh, maybe he needs some eyelashes. Oh, that just messed it up, folks. This is, see, I told this the other night when I was making something else. I can't tell you over the years how many eyes I've had to literally like scrape off because I thought I was getting it right, and then I would do something like what I just did. So we're just gonna stop. Walk away. All right, there you